people. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. I'm so excited to be here. It's so beautiful out. It's been raining out of a week. I believe in Birmingham, Alabama, it's been raining like 5 days. So, of course, we've had flooding. And then we had a tornado a week ago. So, a lot has been going on. But hello, beautiful people. I'm so excited. If you notice my posts recently, it's been about getting over a situation, being able to deal with the answers that someone else gives you in a relationship. So I wanted to come and talk to you. I'm finding the same thing with my clients, that they're having a difficult time having the conversations. And I wanted to give them a tool, and I'm going to actually have this ebook available to you by Monday. Keep the spark alive in your relationship, the 9 this says commandments of a great argument, but it's 9 key ingredients in an argument. So I wanted to discuss that. So let's get started. There's 9, and I don't want to make this long. So let's get started. First and foremost, when you're going through something and you want to have a conversation, a lot of times what we don't do is we bring all of ourselves to the situation. And when I say that, I like to call it Thor. And Thor is actually bringing your trust, your honesty, your open-mindedness, and your respect to the conversation. And you have to bring what I call, again, that's Thor. That's an acronym for trust, honesty, open-mindedness, and respect. And you bring that to the conversation. In the midst of an argument, if you can actually have ways to clue yourself, because we're adults most of the time, or most of us are adults, we're supposed to be acting like adults. So if you're having a conversation with someone, why not come to the table as an adult and be able to communicate as an adult and have some self-control? I know sometimes tempers rise and you get upset and you're tired of the same old crap, but you still need to maintain self-control. And the amazing thing is, when we're adults, we tell our children that all the time when they're going through something, that they need to learn how to have some self-control. But a lot of times we don't have it. We don't even have it with our children. We get outraged by something they did, or they just said something that was disrespectful, and then automatically you lose all yourself because you're not going to let this happen to you. So when you're dealing with another adult, if that adult doesn't know how to have any self-control, at least bring it to the table. Bring your heart to the table. And heart, as you guys know, I love acronyms. And HEART stands for, everybody wants to be heard, they want your empathy, they want acceptance, they want your respect, and they want your time, okay? So when you're having a conversation, hi Stephanie, how are you, beautiful? Oh my God, how are you? I am so glad to see you, and all that you're going through, and you are just being amazing. You are being amazing. You are still living your life. You have not given up. Girl, you are a monument of courage and determination. So I want to applaud you for all that you're doing through all that you're going through, because you're doing it, girl. So when you're having the conversation, bring your heart. And if you can tell yourself that, I'm going to bring my heart. I want to give my heart to you. And even if they don't know what that means, you can explain it to them. All I want to do, I want to make sure I hear you, that I have empathy with what you're saying, acceptance, respect, and time. My pleasure, my dear. I love you too. So when you come to the conversation, come with your heart. And then leave. That's step 1. One ingredient is leave your space. Go somewhere where it's neutral. I recommend leave your home. I recommend you go to a beach or park, something that's public, that you'll be able to have enough space, and it's not intimidating to one or the other person. So the first ingredient is to leave your home, leave your space. The second one is to have enough space for the other person to communicate. A lot of times when we're angry, we don't want to hear anything anybody's saying. If they come across as less than what you think they should, they're not apologetic enough, or they're not giving you what you need, then you get upset and you don't give them the space to communicate. You're going to have a space big enough in the conversation that every party can say what they need to say. The third one is no right or wrong. A lot of times when you come to a conversation, we want to be right and the other person has to be wrong. When you do right and wrong, what you've done is you make one better than the other. Why not just make it is what it is? And that's the truth. Sometimes in a conversation, because of our own experiences, our values, and our beliefs, that person believes this and you believe something else. But they don't have to be right and wrong. It could just be what it is. They believe this way and I believe this way. And come to the table that way. But a lot of people don't. They come and say, well, I'm the one right. You're the one that's hurting me. You're making me feel like I'm less than. But the truth of the matter with something like that, no one can make you feel any way. That's a choice. You have to believe a little bit of it for it to make you feel uncomfortable. And I know that people that love you and you love them, they hurt you because you don't expect it from them. But if you do things with no expectation of any expectation of anything in return, a lot of times there's no pain in it when they don't measure up. Because see, you're not expecting anything but them to bring what they have at that moment. And sometimes we're looking for other people to give us something that we're lacking, and that's BS. Seriously. I tell my clients that it's not fair for your future and your present lover to fill the holes that your past lover dug. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for someone else to fill up our garden, but the truth is that's our responsibility, our sole responsibility to take care of that ourselves. So when others come in, our soul and our soul is already fertilized, and they're just adding to it. But that's not what we're doing. The fourth one is profanity. Sometimes if that's how you communicate, then you know that's how you guys are going to communicate. But if it's the point that you're calling someone out of their name, be an adult about it. Figure out another word. But don't disrespect someone to the point that you're making them feel like, again, they're wrong and you're right. So don't bring profanity. But if that's the way you communicate, know that and don't take it personally. Watch your tone and your voice. It matters. You can say, I'm in the South. And someone can say something, I've seen them do it, they can say something that is quite nasty, but they'll have a smile on their face. The one thing I don't like about where I am is bless your heart. I can't stand for someone to say, bless your heart. I've been here almost 11 years, and I have never heard that word, and it meant something nice. It was always derogatory. So what I do is I tell people, don't say that to me. I had one patient, she's like, bless your heart. I said, ma'am, I said, please don't say that to me. And she's like, well, excuse me? I said, no, I have never heard it anything else, but it's always been derogatory, so don't say that to me. And she's going to come back with, well, can I say bless your, God bless you? I said, if you mean it. If you mean it. And see, that's what we do. We say things to people, and we're not even paying attention because it's just part of who we are. So you got to be mindful of your tone and your voice. Listen. Listen to that other person, not listen to judge. Not listen so, oh, I got to hurry up, I got to say something, I got to reply to that. Actually hear them. And that's a lot of times what we don't do. We're not listening without the judgment, because that person is actually telling their truth. It may not be yours, but it has nothing to do with you, really. It's how they're feeling. And we have to come from that space of allowing them to speak their truth, and that's why you listen. The next one is acknowledge them, because you want to get clarity, because a lot of times what happens is we're listening, not ready to judge, but if you're listening and you're not going to judge, and if you don't understand what they're saying, then you ask for clarity. You ask them, okay, this is what I think I hear you saying. And let them say it in their own words. Hey, Dottie. Hey, beautiful. How are you? Let them say it in their own words. Come from a space to acknowledge, okay, so you're saying this and that, and let them explain themselves. Don't take it personal. That's number 8. We take everything so personal. Don't take it personal. Just because it happened to you doesn't mean it's about you. And when I say that, what I mean is, a lot of times, a lot of us, hey, Dottie, we're bringing our own garbage to the relationship. And when you bring in your own garbage to the relationship, what happens? You smell and you don't know where it's coming from. And a lot of times we haven't dealt with our own mess. So we're bringing all that. We're bringing what the coach said to us when we didn't make the team. We're bringing what the pastor said was sinful. We're bringing what our mother said that she never wanted us to do. We're bringing what our co-workers said that we're not friendly, we're not nice. All that was never ours to have. We're bringing that to the table. So a lot of times when you may say something to them, what is happening is they are actually hearing somebody else's voice. They're not even hearing yours because they haven't dealt with their mess. The last one is accountability. accountability on your behalf. You. Because a lot of times we want other people to, you did this to me. You the one that did this to me. Excuse me? What didn't you do? We don't want to do that. We don't want to take responsibility for the part that we played in the relationship. You got to take your responsibility. You got to remember, you know, what really bothers that person. I'll give you an example. My husband. My husband 20 years ago had an affair. That hurt the core of me because that was betrayal to me. Betrayal to my husband, mess up some money. If you mess up some money, he feels betrayed. See, difference. You got to know what you're dealing with. Take your accountability in the role that you played in the relationship. Maybe you didn't listen when they said, I'm not really happy right now. I really want to work on this. And you weren't there yet. I should have listened. I'm sorry. Maybe you're going through so much at work. And sometimes our jobs get to us. You're coming home. You're not having sex. You're not communicating. All you do is cook, watch some TV, and go to bed. That's not acceptable in your relationship for the person you're with. So take responsibility for the role that you play in your relationship. Now, I'm going to get this book. It's going to be a ebook that I'm going to put out. I'll put that out on Monday, and it'll have some little tools that you can use in it. I want to give that to you. But I want you to also to open your soul. And I love acronyms. And soul is, you have self-talk, your open-mindedness, unconditional love, and your legacy. When you're bringing your soul into the relationship, listen to what you're saying to yourself. Sometimes we've been hurt so many times that we can't really believe somebody is loving me the way I want to be loved. Open-mindedness is to be open to what is happening, truly happening in your relationship. And be open to change. Because sometimes you do have to make some changes. And then you want to have that unconditional love. Unconditional love is that love with no expectation of anything in return. See, society needs you to have this, you can get that. But true unconditional love is exactly that. Because when you're loving yourself that much, that you don't need anybody to feel anything for you. And then legacy. What do you want to have with this relationship? What do you want to remember about this relationship? How do you want to be remembered? How do you want this relationship to end? It may not end that way, but if you can even just have a legacy, then you know what direction you're going into. Hey, Kim. Hey, beautiful. Congratulations. Stephanie is still in Tennessee. Dottie is in Troy, I believe. But Kimberly, congratulations on your new restaurant. I am so proud of you. Oh my God. If you guys come in town, you got to check out Kimberly. She also does Young Living essential oils, but she is now a new chef. I think it's Bitty Little Restaurant or something like that. Put it in a box so I can tell them what it is. Hey, Kimberly, I'm so proud of her. I mean, she has her own restaurant now. So the last thing is write a love letter to yourself. Let go. What do you need to let go of? What do you think is holding you back into having the conversation that you need to have with whoever you need to have it with? What are you not open to? Ask yourself that. What am I not open to in this relationship? What have I closed off? And then what is the vision that you want for this relationship? You know, if it's something that needs to end, then let it be that. But be, truthful to yourself. I have clients because they lie to themselves. That's why I'm in business. Because we all lie to ourselves. The one person you should never lie to is yourself. So what is the vision you want for the relationship? Does it need to end? Does it need to change? You need to reconnect, release, or renew the relationship. Make that decision. And then the last one is, how are you going to execute it? Okay, Kimberly is at Bitty's Living Kitchen. Bitty Living's Kitchen. So guys, check her out. I'm so proud of her. But that last one is execution. How are you going to execute whatever plan that you need to? How are you going to let go? What are you not open to? What is the vision that you have for this relationship? And what are you going to execute? How are you going to do it? If you don't have a vision, there is no way that you're going to be able to achieve. No way. And what you have to find out, if there's something that is holding you back in your relationship. One of the things my husband used to always tell me, you know, we've been married 25 years, is he's going to be an old man with his dogs on the porch. And I told him that was his secret recipe right there. That was his secret recipe, because that was holding him back for truly being in the relationship the way he needed to be, because that's what he thought in his mind that was going to happen to him. What are you telling yourself about the relationships or relationship that you're in that's holding you back from really having the relationship that you want? Please try, thank you, Kim, please try to think about that. What's your secret sauce? What is that thing that you tell yourself that no one else knows but you? When you get into an argument, or when you're disappointed, I knew this is how it's going to be. I knew I was going to end up by myself for the rest of my life. Well, guess what? You just spoke your life into existence. So why don't you figure out now, write that love letter. What do I need to let go of? What am I not open to? Okay, now what vision do I want? And how might I execute this? I'm telling you, you can have a 25-year relationship. 26 years we've been together. Adultery, lying, cheating, just disrespect. Because when you're young and dumb, you don't know. And if you never saw a healthy relationship, you have not a clue at all. So, write that love letter to yourself. So, let's recap. When you come to the meeting, bring your heart. Okay? What does heart stand for? Everybody wants to be heard. They want empathy, acceptance, respect, and time. And they want to trust you. Before you have the conversation, bring Thor. Be strong. Bring trust, honesty, open-mindedness, and respect to the conversation. Now, the 9 key ingredients to this is you have to leave your home. Leave your space. Okay? Go somewhere, a beach, park, somewhere open. Don't forget to have space. Second one is space. Have enough space for you both to communicate. Don't cut it off and say, I know that you ain't going to say the truth because you're always lying to me anyway. Have enough space for them to communicate with you so it can pierce your heart so you can truly hear them. The third is no right or wrong. Don't come from right or wrong because you're making one better than the other. Come from this is what it is, because everybody has their truth. Well, there's 3 sides to a story. Yours, theirs, and the truth. 3 sides. The fourth is no profanity. If that's how you communicate, then that's fine. But don't come in calling each other out of names, because there's things you won't be able to say sorry for. And they will scar, even if they said, okay, I accept your apology, they will still remember it. Remember, they're bringing garbage to the relationship. All these bags that someone said to them. Okay? Your tone and your voice. That's number 5. Make sure that you're not coming across too aggressive, that you're actually trying to listen. Sarcastic. Don't be sarcastic. Don't have all the extra. Watch your tone and voice. Number 6 is listen. Listen, not to judge. Listen to understand. Number 7, acknowledge the other person. Ask for clarity if you don't quite understand what they're saying. Number 8, don't take it personal. Just because it happened to you doesn't mean it's about you. Okay? Remember that. And the last one is accountability. Take accountability into the role that you played in the relationship. What could you have done differently? I'm not saying that you were wrong and they were right, but what could you have done differently so you wouldn't have gotten to this space? Okay? So, don't forget to write the love letter. And like I said, I will have this in an ebook form, and it will break down the soul talk, so you can self-talk, open-mindedness, unconditional love, and your legacy when it comes to both all of the conversations, parts of the conversation you're going to have. And this will be, I'll put it on Facebook and let you know when it's available. It should be available Monday. So you can start using that as a tool to just start working on something a little different. You got to change it up, you know? So I don't know how many minutes I've been on here, but I didn't want to be on here too long. So enjoy your holiday weekend. And again, it says, keep your spark alive in your relationship. The 9 key ingredients to a great argument. So I want to thank each and every one of you who were here live and those who are going to watch the replay. I am grateful. Kimberly, I again am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. You are taking care of your parents and you still got your stuff going on, girl. I love you. Stephanie, oh my God, look at you. Who said that's going to slow you down? Got some new love in your life and living your life. I am so happy for you. And Miss Dottie Black, that's my white sister there. I just love me some Dottie. Dottie is her presence. Oh my God. You could be in her presence and she has this stillness about her that you know that you loved. If you've only met her once, you know that you loved. So thank you, ladies, for honoring me with your presence. And I hope to see you. Actually, I'll be back on tomorrow. So I will talk to you later. Many blessings. Know that you're loved. Bye-bye.